So today we're going to be replacing an oil cooler seal in a 2003 Nissan Altima 3.5 liter. So this is a pretty common problem with these engines. If you're leaking oil, you might want to check it out. It's fairly easy to replace and it's very inexpensive. I think I paid, here's the part here, here's the seal, the O-ring, it's gone bad, and I paid $8 at the dealership for this. So very inexpensive. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is jack the car up and take off the passenger side tire. I already did that. Also, I already took off the splash guard here. If you see right here, there's some holes for some plastic push pins. So that just pop those out. I think there's 3 or 4 of them, and the splash guard, the plastic splash guard, comes right off. Okay, so when you do those two things, this is what we're looking at here. So what we're going to do first is we're going to take off that oil filter. And there we go. We're going to let all that drain out. Okay, so we got the tire off, we got the splash shield off, and we just took off the oil filter. So what you're going to want to do next is just clean this area up a little bit. Get all the excess oil off of it. And then there is after you get it all cleaned out, there is a 22mm nut right here. Okay, so I got this loosened up. We're just going to take off this 22mm bolt here. You could use a 22mm wrench or a deep socket, and there it goes. That's what we're looking at there. I used a deep socket just because I had one, and it came off pretty easy. You don't need a breaker bar or anything like that. It wasn't too bad. Now that you got that off, we're going to take off. We have 2 hoses we're looking at. We're going to take off. We have this hose right here on the front, and if you can see it, there's a hose right here. So we're going to take off that. We're going to take off this, and this thing should just pull off. Okay, so we got the hoses off. This hose here, and then the hose in the back. And we're just going to clean this area up. We're going to clean the cooler up, the oil cooler. Get it nice and clean. One thing about these hoses is there is coolant running through these. So if you're going to want to reuse your coolant, go ahead and drain it first. If not, make sure you have something to catch the coolant, because the coolant is going to come gushing out of these when you take them off. So we're going to clean this up and then see where we're at. Okay, so here's a look at the oil cooler off of the car. I got it cleaned out. There was a bunch of oil and gunk all in here, so I got it cleaned out pretty well, and I got the new O-ring on.